Dear students, welcome back to the video number 3 of water chemistry. In previous lecture, we come to know the concept of the types of impurities. Under this title, we have studied about dissolved impurities, suspended impurities, colloidal impurities, and microbial or biological impurities. Hence, the presence of these impurities in water or excess quantity of these impurities in water or using the hard water in the boiler, which is causing the troubles. As you know that we are using the boiler, it is a closed vessel which is used for the generation of steam and is operated at different temperature and pressure. And also we know that boiler feed water means nothing but the water used in the boiler for the formation of steam, and the steam generated in the boilers is being used for various purposes like power generation, sanitization in industries, etc. If the impurities are present in excess quantity, or if the water is hard one, if you use that water in boilers, leading to cause the troubles or problems to the boilers. Let us discuss now how the boiler troubles is taking place in the boilers. If the boiler water contains excess of impurities, or if the water is obtained from the natural sources, if it contains more number of impurities, if such a water is fed in directly into the boiler, there is the possibility of various troubles in the boilers. Let us discuss about the different types of troubles are possible in boilers are listed below. The first one is the formation of deposits, that means formation of scale and sludge. Second one is formation of framing and foaming. And third one is boiler corrosion. These are the three important troubles you need to understand very clearly. Among these three troubles, for your syllabus, we are having only two types of boiler troubles. That is, the first one is scale and sludge formations. The second one is boiler corrosion. Let us discuss about these type of troubles in boilers are leading because of what? Using the water containing impurities, or it may be containing the hardness that leads to problems for the boilers. So now, how the boiler troubles are going to take place, let us discuss. In boilers, you know that water is heated continuously under high pressure and temperature and is converted into steam. As the boiling point of water is much lower than that of impurities present in it, the concentration of the salts progressively increases inside the boiler. When the impurities reach a saturation point, they comes out in the form of precipitate. Hence, the possible dissolved solids present in the water, they comes out in the form of the precipitate. So some of the solids are separate out, are in the form of liquid or soft or slimy, which can be flushed very easily. But there are some type of solids or the precipitate which forms a very strong adherent deposition inside the boiler or boiler components. And such a problems are said to be the scale and sludge formations. So in this diagram, what you can observe how the scale and sludge formation is taking place. The first diagram, what is mentioned, where you can observe the integral part of the boiler, there is a formation of the precipitate, which is loose suspension in water. If such type of PPT is available in the boiler water, that is known as the sludge. Or if the same precipitate, if it is strongly or permanently adhered inside the boiler wall or the boiler components, leading to form the scales. So let us brief out how the scale formation is taking place. As I explained in the previous slide, the precipitate which forms a hard and adherent coating on the inner walls of boiler or its components. It is formed by the substances like the calcium bicarbonate, calcium sulfate, and magnesium hydroxide. Let us see in this picture what it is shown. The pipeline or the component of boiler, where you can observe very strong and permanent adherent coating, which is observed due to the deposition of the salts in the inner wall. So this is what about the scale formation. And the sludge is the precipitate, is loose and slimy form by the substances like magnesium chloride, magnesium carbonate, magnesium sulfate, calcium chloride. They have the greater solubility in hot water, but they are lower in the cold water. If such a precipitate, you know that this is the normal component where there is no precipitation deposition, but there is a deposition of oily or slimy or soft precipitate over the component. That is what can say simply about the sludge formation. Just as you can see, this is the engine of any vehicle, where you see that integral part of the engine, you can see there is the deposition of slimy soft component. That what I can say a very good representation of the sludge formation. So let us see, in this diagram I have mentioned very clearly about the sludge formation. As you know that the orange cylindrical vessel, what I mentioned, it is called the boiler valve, where inside of this one you can see that it is filled with the water. But when water is heated, when the salt's concentration gradually increases and it falls, the precipitate comes out in the form of the loose precipitate or slimy precipitate. That PPT, what you can say, that is called the sludge formation. Therefore, slimy loose precipitate called the sludge, which is always suspended in the water. As I told you in the previous concept only, in the previous slide, the same sludge where the precipitate, which is what loosely suspended in water, but inside the boiler, but you can see in this diagram that the same precipitate, if it is hard and adherent coating inner wall of the boiler, that is called the scale formation. And both scale formation and sludge formations are because of what? By heating the water in the boiler, because of continuous evaporation, the salt concentration gradually increases. When the water gets the saturation point, those impurities comes out in the form of the precipitate that is leading to form the scale and sludge formation. So let us discuss in detailed information about the scale and sludge formation. What is meant by scale first? If the precipitate forms hard adherent coating on the inner walls of the boiler, is known as the scale formation. And what are the salts are responsible for the scale formation? Let us discuss these points. The salts which are responsible for the scale formation. As I told you that scale is nothing but if the precipitate forms is very hard and adherent coating inner walls of the boiler or its components, is simply known as the scale. The causes for the scale formations is what? Mentioned below. It is formed by the substances like the salts present in the water, calcium sulfate, magnesium hydroxide, or calcium bicarbonate. Secondly, decomposition of calcium bicarbonate or deposition of calcium sulfate or hydrolysis of magnesium chloride or the presence of the silica. These are the reasons of the scale formation. As I told you, the scale is the hard adherent coating forms on the inner walls of the boiler during the steam generation. As you know that, as per the requirement, we are using the boilers of two types, which are as per our need of energy in the various sectors. So we are using two types of boilers. Some boilers are operated at low pressure and some boilers are operated at high pressure. So in case of low pressure boilers, the main scale forming is what? Because of what? The substances like presence of calcium bicarbonate and magnesium chloride. In case of high pressure boilers, the scale formation is due to the presence of mainly the substances like calcium sulfate and silica in the form of soluble state before to fade into the boilers. So once the scale is formed, it is very difficult to remove even with the help of a hammer or cutter or cut in slices. Hence, the scales are the main sources of boiler troubles. Therefore, formations of scales may be due to, as are depicted in this diagram, you can see that how the scale is formed, integral part of the pipelines or the boiler wall, which is shown very clearly. You can see by comparing the two different objects. Let us discuss now how the scale formation is taking place. If the boiler is operated at low pressure, I am going to say the point number 1, a low pressure boilers where are operated at low pressure does not exceed the pressure more than 15 psi. As I told you that they're responsible for the salts for the low pressure salts for the formation of scale in low pressure boilers because of the soluble salts of the following. Let us begin with the first one is decomposition of calcium bicarbonate. If the water contains the salts like calcium bicarbonate, if it is operated at low pressure and high temperature, so what happens? These salts are going to form in the form of insoluble PPT like calcium carbonate. As you very well known, calcium bicarbonate on heating decomposes to form calcium carbonate, water and CO2 gas. But this is what the scale what is forming, that is what adhered inside the wall of the boiler or the components. This is the first one. Second reason is what? If the water contains the magnesium salts, so these magnesium salts undergo hydrolysis at low pressure and high temperature, there is a formation of magnesium hydroxide. You can observe here, if your water contains magnesium chloride, when it gets hydrolyzed with the water, you are able to get magnesium hydroxide soft scale with the release of hydrochloric acid. So this is what about the when we operate the low pressure boilers, how the precipitate is formed or the scale is forming because of the two important salts as I explained, calcium bicarbonate and magnesium salts. Now coming to the second reason for the scale formation, when you operate the boilers at high pressure. So what do you mean by high pressure boilers? The high pressure boilers are those boilers where you are going to produce a steam by applying the pressure above 15 psi. So now what are the salts that are responsible for the scale formation at high pressure boilers? As I told you that the reasons for the scale formation in the previous concept, one more reason, look here, the deposition of calcium sulfate, and second one is the presence of silica. Let us discuss these points in descriptive or in simplified form. As you know that when the boiler water is heated at high pressure, the solubility of calcium sulfate in water decreases with increasing the temperature. So when the temperature rises, these calcium sulfate salts, they are what comes out in the form of precipitate, are going to deposit in the form of hard scale in the portion of the boiler. So once the calcium sulfate is formed, it is very difficult to remove from the boiler compartment. This is the first reason. Second reason is what? The presence of silica. If the water contains the silica as an impurity, even small quantity of silica can deposit in the form of calcium silicate or magnesium silicate. These deposits are very sticky and firmly into the part of boiler surface, and it is very difficult to remove the such type of scale inside the boilers. Now let us discuss about what are the disadvantages of the scale formation. The first one is the wastage of the fuel. As you know that the scale is what? Acting as the thermal insulator in the boilers. Because of scale is forming, the thermal conductivity is what? Low for the precipitate. These scale deposits decreases the rate of heat transfer from the boiler into the water. So more amount of fuel is required in order to get a heat for the transformation of water into water steam. This causes simply increase in the fuel consumption. So this is how about the wastage of fuels. Second disadvantage is what? Decrease in efficiency. The scale may be sometimes deposit in the form of walls or deposit in the condensers of the boilers and choke them partially. This results a decrease in efficiency of the boilers. I repeat once again, if the scale, if it is forming, if it deposits in the inside the walls or condensers of the boiler, it will choke the components of these. As a result, the steam supply becomes affected. As a result, decrease in the efficiency of the boiler. Now, the third reason for the disadvantage for the scale formation is what? Expense of cleaning. If the scales are forming, they must be removed. There is a regular maintenance required. Therefore, the process is what? That is very, very expensive. Then fourth disadvantage for the scale formation is what? There is a chance of explosion. When the thick scale develops, any cracks have been formed due to uneven expansion. Water comes suddenly in contact with the lower heated surface of the iron plate of the boiler. This causes formation of large amount of steam in short span of time. So sudden high pressure is developed inside the boiler, which may lead to an explosion inside the boiler. Then fifth drawback of scale formation or disadvantage of scale formation is what? There is a chance of corrosion of boiler or boiler components. At high temperatures, there will be the greater corrosion in the boilers. So these are the reasons for the scale formations or disadvantages of scale formation. If there is a scale have been formed, there must be known how to prevent the scale formation. Now let us discuss the next part of this concept is what? Prevention of scale formation. The scales are removed by mechanical methods or by chemical methods. In my presentation, I am going to discuss about the first to third points are mechanical methods and the fourth is what? It is the chemical method. Let us discuss these points one by one. The first one is mechanical cleaning. If the scales are loosely adhering, it can be removed with the help of scraper or a piece of wood or wire brushing. That method, what can say, the mechanical cleaning. Then second method is what? Thermal shock. Then how to perform the thermal shock? If the scales are brittle, it can be removed by giving thermal shocks into the boiler. So what is meant by thermal shocking? So heating the boiler and then suddenly cooling. So with that cold water, as a result, there is a gap has been produced between the boiler wall and the scale. As a result, it is very easy for the removing. Now, third point for the prevention is blow-down operation. If the scales are formed loosely adhering, they can be removed by frequent blow-down operation. So blow-down operation is nothing but what? The operation is partial removal of hard water through a tap at the bottom of the boiler when extent of hardness in the boiler becomes alarmingly very high. So makeup water is addition of fresh water is soft water is added from one end, and from other end the precipitate is what? That is removed from the bottom of the outlet. So that operation, what you can explain as the blow down operation. Then fourth one, how to prevent the scale formation by the chemical methods. If the scales are adherent and hard, they can be removed by dissolving by adding some chemicals. Example, calcium carbonate scales can be removed by using 5 to 10% of hydrochloric acid. And calcium sulfate scales can be removed by adding the chemical of ethylene diamine tetraesteric acid. So since calcium, when it reacts with EDTA, there is a formation of stable complex of CaEDTA that is making highly soluble in the water. So this is how we can do the chemical method for the prevention of the scale formation. After knowing the scale formation, let us discuss about what is sludge. As I discussed in the previous explanation, sludge is the soft, loose and slimy precipitate forms inside the boiler during the steam generation. The main sludge forming substances in water are magnesium carbonate, magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate and calcium chloride, etc. And sludges are generally formed at cooler portions of the boiler, and sludges can be scraped off with wire brush. This is how the diagram what I can show, which is what the loose and slimy PPT which is present inside the component of the boiler. Now what are the disadvantages of sludge formation? As we know that scale and sludge are both the poor conductors of heat. So they waste the portion of heat generated because of what? Insufficient supply of the heat to the water evaporation. If excess of scale sludge formation is there, that will decrease the efficiency of the boiler. If the sludges are formed along with the scales, then both will be able to deposit on the inner walls of the boiler. As the scale forms, then it becomes very difficult to remove very easily. So these are some disadvantages of the sludge formation. Then what are the remedies to prevent the sludge formation? Let us discuss now one by one. The first one is by using well soaped water. Second thing is removing the concentrated salt time to time so that we can remove the deposition of sludge or PPT also, or a scale also. Then one more important what I explained, the blow down operation can be carried out. So blow down operation is one in which the portion of concentrated water containing large amount of dissolved salts is replaced by the fresh water frequently during the steam making process. That is called blow down operation. Then fourth, what can do that? It can be easily scraped off by using the wire brushing. Now we are in the position to make the differences between the scale and sludge formation. Let us glance about 4 types of differences I can make by the previous knowledge what we have. The first one is, by the definition you know that sludges are soft tined non-adherent deposits, whereas the scales are the precipitate form deposits very sticky firmly to the inner wall of the boilers. Secondly, sludges can be removed very easily, but it is very difficult to remove the scales. Then third point, sludges can transfer heat to some extent and it is less dangerous. As you know that in the scales are poor conductors of heat and they are more dangerous for the explosion. Let us make one more last difference. Sludges are formed by the substances like magnesium chloride and calcium chloride, but the scales are formed by the presence of the salts like calcium sulfate and magnesium hydroxides. So this is about the important part of the scale formation and sludge formation with its prevention, and also we are able to know the differences between scale and sludge formation. Thank you one and all.